So, why do you love martial arts?
I personally love martial arts as a place where I can just be myself and train to defend my family in case anything happens in the streets or at home. I know how to protect them.
I just love sparring, and I just started back in private school with my friends. Half of the time, my mom convinced me to do it to get more discipline and confidence. It's helping me to get more discipline, and I'm learning how to defend myself. I like karate because I like to spar just like him, and the reason is I like to cuff people and defend myself.
From a young child, I always wanted to be a karateka. I was always very obsessed with the lifestyle, more so than anything else, right? And it's very in line with my life motto, which is seek perfection of character.
A big factor is that his best friend was already enrolled in the dojo, but I also wanted him to get that discipline, that foundation, and most importantly to me, I wanted him to get that physical foundation for his body, learning how to control your body, how to build muscle and balance and all those things were very important to me from a young age. So that was, main reasons that I enrolled him.
I love martial arts because it's been something that I've been doing for all my life. It's one of those things that I guess just is part of my DNA. I grew up in martial arts with my dad, and I've met so many great people along the way. I've built a family in martial arts. If I did not have martial arts in my life, a huge part of me would be missing. This gi feels like my skin. Of course, I grew up in a traditional background of Shotokan karate under my dad, who was one of the world-renowned instructors for Shotokan karate. I started teaching martial arts when I was 14 years old as a junior black belt. My father threw me into the deep end, and one of the things that he always used to say to me was that as a teacher you learn more from the martial arts than actually as a practitioner, especially with the kids, having a bunch of kids around and kind of feeding off of that energy and that love. It's extremely motivating and self-fulfilling. I guess that my hope is to continue my father's legacy and to just continue to be able to provide good quality instruction as an instructor and teaching people and bringing them from having no martial arts experience to becoming warriors in their own right, regardless of whether that's for self-defense purposes or to get into an MMA cage and compete on that level of a combat sport. That is extremely exciting for me. It feels like, an adrenaline boost. And as an entrepreneur myself, taking something from nothing and making it into something is an extreme passion for me. So Budokan is a combination of two brands. Budo, which was started by my dad and I in 2018. Budo was always something that Dad lived by. Budo means way of the warrior. Dad always loved the name, and we decided we were going to open up a gym facility and martial arts school using that philosophy and that mentality, that a warrior has to be not only, as I mentioned, not only technically good, but also physically capable. And Torakan was a brand that I started back in 2003 when I came back from university and I was teaching karate and aikido. Torakan was a name that I resonated with. It was a name that I had created because I just thought of Tora, meaning the symbol of Shotokan karate, which is a tiger, and Tora means tiger, and Kan means home of. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the grand opening of BUDOKAN. It was definitely a long time coming. I started with Torakan, and Torakan was an amazing space. For those of you all that were there and were able to see it, it was an amazing space. Budo at the start was really great as well to investors. When Dad passed away in December, And I decided to make the move into shifting where we were to a new space. I wanted to start it fresh. I wanted to have a new image, a new look. And I also wanted to honor my father, to keep his vision. So I thought about it, and then I came up with Budokan. At the time, I was also training the wife of the Japanese ambassador. And I happened to ask her, what does Budokan mean to the Japanese? And she told me in her best English, she said, Budokan means Martial Arts Hall of Fame. And I said, wow, if that doesn't fit in terms of a name or an image that I want for my school moving forward, I don't know what will. So Budo and Torakan combined is Budokan. I was looking at all these websites trying to look for a space, and this space showed up. Same day I came and I saw this space, and as they opened that door, they had walls here and here, and it was quite dingy, and that mildew all on the ceiling because of the freezers upstairs. That old dirty red tiles on the floor. And I came inside and I said, I love it. I see it from the white walls to the white mats to the bars. I just saw it, and I said, I immediately at that point in time, I turned to them and said, I'll take it. So to you all who have been with us for that length of time, thank you so much for just, grinding through that time with us, and to be here for what I consider was my true vision of what a martial arts school should be. So, here we go to the opening of Budokan.
The new space is genuinely a dream come true, especially when compared to the old space, but even on its own. If I was coming here for the first time and never stepped foot in a karate dojo, and I imagine what it may look like, this would be exactly it. It's perfectly sized, it's beautifully laid out, the color scheme is fantastic. I think it inspires everyone to do their best and to really be proud of where they are and what they are part of.
Budokan has an amazing facility. Again, if you come and see it, we have a great lobby. The all-white concept of the facility as well to show purity, not only in the way that we teach the styles, also for people to know that the facility is clean. It's almost like you're stepping into an operating room for a surgeon. It also brings a lot of light to the area as well, so the place feels very bright, doesn't ever feel dull, and the energy from that light just radiates through the classes. We have a history wall that spans back from the 1960s all the way forward, that you can see the history of our family, you can see the history of the styles, the authenticity of what we provide in terms of instruction. And then of course we have a gym facility as well, which was definitely more my father's side that I inherited, but it's another space in which you can improve your strength and your fitness goals. We have a lot of different add-ons to help everybody feel, more at home and comfortable. We have a great lounge with some comfy couches. We have a 60-inch TV for showing things like Netflix and the UFCs, and YouTube if you want to go and research any of the techniques. We have a public station with a computer for kids to go and do some research or homework if they're sitting down here waiting on a class. We have an apparel section for people that are coming in so that they don't ever feel like they need to go anywhere else to get a gi or rash guards for jiu-jitsu or casual outfits. Now we've added on things like gi washing services, which is something that isn't done anywhere else, as far as I know. So you can throw your gi in the bin, and then we will wash it for you, hang it up, so that the next time you come, the gi is ready for you to go. We have drinks on sale. We have a table tennis board and a dart board outside, as well as a basketball ring for the kids to play and have some fun. So the idea of coming into the facility is not just purely for martial arts, but I really wanted to make it a very welcoming area for all, regardless of whether you're a child or you're an adult, whether you are extremely athletic or it's the first time you're doing anything physical in your life. I want everybody to feel like you can come inside Budokan and feel safe and feel wanted and feel welcomed.
Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. I mean, when Sensei Adam spoke about his vision, you can actually see it and feel it come to life here.
Way better.
I think it's way better than the
And
last
it's
one. I was
AC.
way better.
And it's also bigger.
And has AC.
I think that the new dojo is very big, very spacious, so whenever there's more students that join, we have a lot more space where we could teach into groups. And there's also AC.
It's beautiful, it's white, it's luxurious, it's spacious, it's comfortable, and there's many areas to do other things besides train. There's a gym. So it's really that whole package and this brotherhood too as well that you can't really get anywhere else.
You know, coming in to pick up my son after every class, I can see him relax. I can feel the energy of the room, and I think this is a place where the dojo can grow, and it's certainly extremely inviting. So it's an amazing space. I want to invite anyone to come and check it out.
I actually love the new dojo. It's quite comforting. It's very home-like. The kids really love it. I observe them. They feel like they're home. They don't want to leave. I get to come in and I observe classes.
I'm just really thankful to this new dojo. It's really nice.
I think that from the expression of everybody's face as they enter into our new space speaks for itself. I think it's a very special space purely for its size, the way that it looks. It was everything that I wanted as an image in my head for my martial arts studio. My main goal is to create a family setting, and I know that a lot of different martial arts schools tend to branch off and they have many different facilities all over, and that would be great as well too. However, I think that what's very important is keeping that family unit.
I love it. I think Sensei Brian would be so proud of the great job that Sensei Adam has done and all of the people around that chipped in to make it happen, right? I wish that he was around to see it, but I know that he is definitely looking down on us, very proud of all of us, especially Sensei Adam.
We teach Shotokan Karate, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, kickboxing, cardio bag classes. We have a fully equipped gym. We also have a few personal trainers. We are in the process of starting back our Krav Maga classes, circuit classes as well. But we've had so many requests from parents to come and start their kids in something here at Budokan that we've decided that we're going to start a class called Mighty Minis. And those classes are not going to be martial arts based, but more physical based. So to get the kids into movement, strengthening their bodies, and just getting them accustomed to being around the instructor, being in the area, and getting to love the space. You know, I love it. I love when kids come in here thinking that they're Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you know? Or they want to be the next Daniel San in Karate Kid, or they love Cobra Kai, or they see their favorite MMA fighter. The more that people are exposed to martial arts in media, they tend to look for places that are going to help them to achieve those goals that they then set for themselves. Seeing how, you know, a cartoon character might fight and, you know, beat up some bad guys, and they want to be able to do the same. They want to be able to take care of any bad situations if they had to take care of any bad situations. What we do is that we teach them not to fight, but to be able to be aware of a bad situation, then teach them and give them the power of the technique, so that if for whatever reason avoidance isn't possible, then they have the technique to use. Our dojo kun for Shotokan Karate is seek perfection of character, be faithful, endeavor, respect others, and refrain from violent behavior. Learning martial arts, of course, comes with many benefits: confidence, a certain amount of self-discipline, learning about certain etiquette. But I believe that most people tend to come to the martial arts because they don't ever want to be taken advantage of, bullied. They want to be able to protect their family. So I use the term dangerous in class because that is exactly what I want everybody to become, dangerous. Not that you have to use the technique, but if you ever call upon it, if that situation ever arises, that you can use the techniques in a very effective manner. It comes down to having the ability when you want it, even though you don't have to use it. I think everybody wants this, subconsciously wants to have that, because it's an extremely empowering tool. I think that everybody needs to do martial arts. It doesn't need to be with us, even though we would love to have you, but martial arts provides so many benefits in terms of self-fulfillment. Being able to take your body to the limit and know that that in turn will help to protect you later on. If I knew that somebody was extremely dangerous, but it's on an off switch right now, and they could turn it on very easily, then my approach there might be a lot different. And I think that from a community perspective, if everybody realizes that, we would have a lot safer of a community, and everybody would try to get along a lot more.
Probably be more respectful.
Exactly. Yes, correct.